On July 20th, 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong took his first steps on the moon. His words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," echoed through the ages, symbolizing a moment of unparalleled achievement. This monumental achievement marked a turning point in human history. For the first time, humanity had set foot on another celestial body, expanding our horizons beyond the confines of Earth. It was a triumph of science, engineering, and human courage. The Apollo 11 mission was the culmination of years of hard work, innovation, and determination by thousands of individuals. Yet, even today, a persistent group of skeptics question the authenticity of this event. They argue that the moon landing was an elaborate ruse, a staged performance designed to win the space race. They claim the moon landing was faked, a grand hoax perpetrated by the United States government. These conspiracy theories have gained traction over the years, fueled by misinformation and a distrust of authority. While their theories may seem intriguing, they crumble under the weight of scientific evidence and logical reasoning. The meticulous planning, the technological advancements, and the sheer number of people involved make it highly improbable that such a hoax could be successfully executed and maintained for decades. This essay will delve into the heart of the moon landing conspiracy theories, examining the evidence and debunking the myths. We will look at the origins of these theories, the key arguments made by skeptics, and the counter-evidence provided by experts. We will explore the science and technology that made this incredible journey possible. From the powerful Saturn V rocket that propelled the astronauts into space, to the intricate lunar module that allowed them to land on the moon's surface, every aspect of the mission was a marvel of engineering. We will also discuss the historical context of the space race and the significance of the Apollo missions. The moon landing was not just a scientific achievement but a geopolitical victory in the Cold War era, demonstrating the technological superiority of the United States. Finally, we will emphasize the importance of trusting scientific evidence over unfounded claims. In an age where misinformation can spread rapidly, it is crucial to rely on credible sources and expert analysis. The moon landing was a real event, a testament to human ingenuity and our unyielding desire to explore the unknown. It stands as a beacon of what we can achieve when we dare to dream and work together towards a common goal. Conspiracy theories often arise from a distrust of authority, a desire for alternative explanations, and a lack of understanding of the subject matter. The moon landing, with its incredible technological feats and historical significance, has become fertile ground for such theories. Some people find it difficult to believe that humans could have overcome the immense challenges of space travel with the technology available in the 1960s.
Others point to perceived inconsistencies in the photographs and footage from the moon landing as evidence of a cover-up. Waving flags in the vacuum of space, lack of visible stars in the background, and parallel shadows have all been cited as proof of fakery. These claims, however, are easily debunked with a basic understanding of physics, photography, and the conditions on the moon.
One of the most common arguments put forth by conspiracy theorists is the apparent lack of stars in the photographs taken on the moon. They claim that if the moon landing were real, the sky should be filled with stars, clearly visible in the background of the images. If the landing was real, they argue, the sky should be filled with stars. This argument, however, fails to take into account the conditions under which these photographs were taken. However, this argument ignores the basic principles of photography. The cameras used by the astronauts were set for daylight exposure due to the bright lunar surface illuminated by the sun. When a camera is set to capture a brightly lit scene, it cannot simultaneously capture faint light sources, such as stars, which are much dimmer in comparison.
The lunar surface, illuminated by the sun, was very bright. This intense brightness required the camera settings to be adjusted in a way that would not allow the faint light of stars to be visible in the photographs. The astronauts' cameras, set for daylight exposure, could not capture the faint light of stars in the background. This is a common issue in photography, where the exposure settings must be balanced to capture the primary subject correctly. Even on Earth, when taking photographs of a brightly lit scene at night, stars often do not appear in the image due to the same exposure settings.
Another popular claim is that the American flag planted on the moon appears to be waving in the wind, which is impossible in a vacuum. This observation has led many to believe that the footage was staged.
This is a simple misunderstanding of how flags are designed to stand upright. The flag was not waving due to wind, but was held up by a telescopic pole with a horizontal crossbar. The flag was mounted on a telescopic pole with a horizontal crossbar to keep it unfurled. This design was necessary because in the vacuum of space there is no air to hold the flag outstretched. The wrinkles in the flag, mistaken for movement, were simply a result of it being folded during the journey to the moon. When the astronauts set it up, the creases remained, giving the illusion of movement. Additionally, the act of planting the flag caused it to move, and in the low gravity of the moon, it took longer for the flag to come to a complete stop, further adding to the illusion of it waving. On Earth, flags wave due to wind, but on the moon, any movement is solely due to the initial force applied by the astronauts. This distinction is crucial in understanding why the flag appeared to move. Once the astronauts moved away from the flag, it remained still, as there was no atmosphere to cause any further movement. This evidence clearly debunks the claim that the flag's movement was due to wind. By understanding the principles of photography and the unique conditions on the moon, we can see that these visual evidence claims do not hold up under scrutiny. The moon landing was a monumental achievement, and the evidence supports its authenticity. Section 4. A Rocket Science Lesson. The Technology Behind Apollo 11. The Apollo 11 mission was a marvel of engineering, a testament to the ingenuity and hard work of thousands of scientists, engineers, and technicians.
The Saturn V rocket, the most powerful ever built, propelled the Apollo spacecraft into space. This massive rocket, standing taller than the Statue of Liberty, generated 7.6 million pounds of thrust at liftoff.
The Apollo spacecraft itself was a masterpiece of design, consisting of three main modules: the command module, the service module, and the lunar module. The command module housed the crew during launch and re-entry. The service module contained the propulsion systems and other support equipment. The lunar module, designed specifically for landing on the moon, carried two astronauts to the lunar surface and back to the orbiting command module.
Section 5. The Space Race. A Cold War Battle for the Heavens. To understand the moon landing, one must understand the historical context in which it occurred. The moon landing was not just a scientific achievement, it was a pivotal moment in a larger geopolitical struggle. The 1960s was a period of intense rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union, known as the Cold War. This era was marked by a fierce competition for global influence and technological superiority.
This rivalry extended into space, with both superpowers vying for supremacy in space exploration. The stakes were high, as each nation sought to demonstrate its technological prowess and ideological superiority. The Soviet Union struck the first blow in this race, launching Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, in 1957. This achievement marked a significant milestone in human history and showcased Soviet ingenuity. This event shocked the United States and ignited the space race. The American public and government were taken aback by the Soviet success, leading to a sense of urgency and determination to catch up.
Determined to surpass the Soviets, President John F. Kennedy challenged the nation to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth before the end of the decade. His famous speech at Rice University in 1962 inspired a generation and set the stage for an unprecedented national effort. This ambitious goal galvanized the American people and spurred unprecedented advancements in science and technology. The challenge required the collaboration of thousands of scientists, engineers, and technicians, all working towards a common goal. The Apollo program, a massive national effort, was born out of this challenge. It represented the culmination of years of hard work, innovation, and determination. The program not only aimed to achieve a lunar landing, but also to push the boundaries of human knowledge and capability. The Apollo missions were a series of complex and daring endeavors, each building on the successes and lessons of the previous ones. The program faced numerous challenges, from technical difficulties to the inherent dangers of space travel. Finally, on July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 successfully landed on the Moon, and Neil Armstrong took his historic first steps on the lunar surface. This momentous event was watched by millions around the world and symbolized the triumph of human spirit and ingenuity. The moon landing was not just an American victory, it was a victory for all of humanity. It demonstrated what could be achieved when nations set aside their differences and work towards a common goal. The legacy of the space race continues to inspire future generations to reach for the stars.
Section 6, Independent Verification, the world was watching. The Apollo missions, particularly the moon landing, were not events that happened in secret. The world was watching, tracking every step of the journey.
Independent tracking stations around the globe, including those in non-aligned and even Soviet-controlled territories, monitored the missions. These stations, with no reason to support the United States, confirmed the trajectory and landing of the Apollo spacecraft.
Furthermore, the scientific community, a notoriously skeptical bunch, scrutinized every piece of data and every sample brought back from the moon. The evidence was and remains overwhelming. The moon landing was not a hoax, but a triumph of human ingenuity and a testament to the power of international collaboration in the pursuit of scientific discovery.